Terrifying midnight encounter. Ever woken up in a cold sweat, heart pounding, afraid to open your eyes? The darkness around you feels alive, every shadow a lurking threat. This is the grip of a nightmare, a realm where fear reigns supreme and logic dissolves. Nightmares are universal, haunting our sleep and leaving us shaken. They blur the lines between reality and imagination, pulling us into a world where our deepest fears come to life. For Alex, these terrifying dreams are more than just figments. Alex, a young man with a troubled past, is tormented by recurring nightmares. Each night, he plunges into a shadowy abyss, chased by unseen horrors. His days are marred by exhaustion and anxiety, the boundaries between dream and reality slowly eroding. In the first nightmare, Alex finds himself in a dark, endless hallway. The walls seem to close in, and whispers echo around him, chilling his spine. He runs, but the hallway stretches on, an eternal maze with no escape in sight. Awakening in a panic, Alex discovers a strange mark on his arm. It's a small, unfamiliar symbol that wasn't there before. Confusion and fear grip him as he realizes his nightmares are leaving physical traces, blurring the line between dream and waking life. The nightmare returns, and this time Alex finds himself in an old, decrepit house filled with ghostly figures. They reach out with cold, translucent hands, whispering his name as he frantically searches for an exit that never appears. Upon waking, Alex feels the chill of the nightmare lingering. In the mirror, he notices dark circles under his eyes, a physical manifestation of his growing fear. Every shadow in his home seems to move, fueling his paranoia. Desperate for an explanation, Alex visits a therapist who listens patiently, but ultimately dismisses the nightmares as a byproduct of stress and anxiety. The lack of understanding leaves Alex feeling more isolated and frightened than ever. That night, the nightmare escalates further. Alex is paralyzed in his bed, unable to move or scream as a sinister voice calls his name repeatedly. The voice gets louder, and Alex feels an overwhelming sense of dread. When he wakes up, Alex finds a cryptic message scrawled in blood on his bedroom wall. His heart races as he reads the chilling words, realizing the nightmares are bleeding into his reality in the most horrifying way. Desperate for answers, Alex spends hours researching the possible meanings behind his nightmares. He dives into obscure forums and ancient texts, hoping to find a clue. Every lead seems to amplify his fear, making the nights even more unbearable. Alex eventually discovers a disturbing connection, a cursed object he unknowingly brought into his home. The realization chills him to the bone. Could this seemingly innocent item be the source of his torment? The clock ticks, and his dread deepens. As night falls again, the nightmare becomes more vivid than ever. Alex finds himself trapped, unable to scream as the walls close in around him. The sinister presence is closer, its whispers now terrifyingly clear. Escape feels impossible. In this horrifying landscape, Alex encounters a tormented spirit. Its eyes burn with revenge, and its pain is palpable. The spirit's story unfolds in fragmented images, revealing a past filled with suffering and injustice. Alex feels an overwhelming sense of dread. Reality begins to blur. Alex sees the spirit even when awake. Shadows twist into grotesque shapes, and whispers haunt his every step. The boundary between dreams and reality disintegrates, leaving Alex in a perpetual state of terror and confusion. Alex consults a paranormal expert who senses a powerful, malevolent presence. The expert warns Alex that the spirit is growing stronger, feeding off his fear. They advise Alex to prepare for a harrowing confrontation and to gather specific ritual items. Night falls, and Alex's desperation intensifies. The nightmare reveals a dark chapter from his family's past, a betrayal that unleashed the spirit's fury. Alex realizes the spirit seeks vengeance, not merely torment. He must confront the spirit to end the curse. Determined, Alex gathers the ritual items and prepares himself mentally for the encounter. He knows the ritual will be dangerous, but understands it's his only hope. Every shadow seems alive, and every creak in the house heightens his anxiety. In the final nightmare, the spirit's rage is palpable. It drags Alex into its nightmarish realm, a world where time and reality twist into a never-ending horror. Alex fights to maintain his sanity, knowing the ritual is his last chance. With trembling hands, Alex performs the ritual, chanting the ancient incantations. The spirit's fury peaks, and the world around him shakes violently. Suddenly, everything goes black. Alex wakes up, heart pounding, unsure whether he has truly escaped or if the nightmare continues. Alex wakes up in his own bed, drenched in sweat and trembling. The room feels eerily quiet, the shadows unnaturally still. He breathes a sigh of relief, but can't shake the feeling that something is watching him from the darkness. Days go by, and Alex tries to return to normalcy, yet the sense of dread lingers. He finds himself constantly looking over his shoulder, questioning if the nightmare has truly ended or if it's merely lurking, waiting to strike again. Alex's friends and family notice his change, urging him to seek help. Despite their reassurances, Alex remains haunted, his nights plagued by fleeting glimpses of the tormented spirit. Sleep becomes a battle he dreads each night. Desperate for closure, Alex visits the paranormal expert once more, seeking confirmation that the curse is broken. The expert's cryptic response offers little comfort, leaving Alex with the unsettling reality that some nightmares may never truly end. Terrifying tale that haunts your dreams. Imagine waking up in your bed, only to find you never really woke up at all. The sheets feel real, the morning light filters in just right, but there's a creeping sense of wrongness. This is Alex's daily torment. Alex is a college student, juggling lectures, assignments, and a social life. His outward appearance is unremarkable, but his nights are a battlefield. Nights filled with relentless nightmares that blur the line between dream and reality. The nightmares are relentless, leaving Alex unsure of what's real. Shadows move where they shouldn't, whispers echo in his ears, and his heart races with terror. Each nightmare feels like a trap he can't escape. Soon, Alex's room starts to show signs of the horrors from his dreams. Objects are misplaced, strange symbols appear on the walls, and the air grows colder. The boundaries between his waking life and nightmares are disintegrating. In his dreams, an eerie, shadowy figure begins to appear. It lurks at the edge of his vision, growing clearer each night. Its presence is suffocating, filling Alex with dread that follows him into the daylight hours. Alex's friends began to notice his increasingly strange behavior. Once vibrant and full of life, he now appeared withdrawn and anxious. Dark circles formed under his eyes, and he often seemed distracted, as if haunted by unseen terrors. Concerned, his friends urged him to see a specialist. Despite multiple tests and consultations, the sleep specialist found nothing unusual. Left with no answers, Alex's desperation grew, intensifying his fear of sleep and the nightmares lurking within. One sleepless night, Alex stumbled upon an old, dusty book in his attic. The leather-bound volume exuded an ominous aura, its pages filled with cryptic symbols and eerie drawings. Among them, Alex recognized the shadowy figure from his dreams. Delving deeper into the book, Alex uncovered a horrifying legend. The tome was cursed, designed to trap souls in eternal nightmares. Realizing the gravity of his situation, he felt an overwhelming sense of dread and urgency to find a solution. Determined to break free, Alex attempted to destroy the book. He tore pages, burned its cover, and even submerged it in water. Yet, every morning, it mysteriously reappeared on his nightstand, untouched and intact, mocking his efforts. Alex, in a desperate attempt to break free from the nightmare's grip, tries to destroy the cursed book. He tears it apart and burns the pieces, but his hope shatters when the book reappears on his nightstand the next morning. The dreams become increasingly vivid, with the shadowy figure drawing closer each night. Its presence is suffocating, and Alex can feel its icy breath on his neck. He dreads falling asleep, knowing he'll encounter it again. Alex's condition worsens as he starts sleepwalking. He wakes up in strange, dangerous places, narrowly escaping harm. His paranoia grows, and his fear seeps into reality, blurring the line between the waking world and his nightmares. Friends and family begin to distance themselves from Alex, alarmed by his erratic behavior and gaunt appearance. Conversations turn into whispers, and Alex feels their eyes on him, full of pity and fear. Loneliness deepens his despair. Determined to escape the nightmares, Alex tries to stay awake by any means necessary. However, exhaustion eventually claims him, and he succumbs to sleep. The relentless cycle continues, with the shadowy figure inching ever closer in his dreams. The shadowy figure finally speaks to Alex in a chilling, distorted voice, echoing through the darkness of his dream. The words are incomprehensible, yet laced with a malevolent intent that sends shivers down Alex's spine, amplifying his fear. Alex's blood runs cold as he grasps the horrifying truth. The figure is a previous victim of the cursed book. The realization only deepens his sense of doom, knowing he's not the first, nor likely the last to suffer. Desperation gives Alex a glimmer of hope when he discovers a ritual in the book's final pages. The ritual promises to break the curse, but it demands an arduous confrontation with the figure in the dream world, risking everything. Determined to end his torment, Alex meticulously prepares for a final stand. Exhausted yet resolute, he drifts into sleep, knowing this confrontation will either free him or seal his fate. Dread mingles with a flicker of hope as he succumbs to slumber. In the nightmarish landscape of his dreams, Alex faces the shadowy figure. The climactic battle is intense and surreal, with every moment testing his willpower. Victory seems elusive as darkness closes in, but Alex fights with every ounce of strength. In a twisted, nightmarish landscape, Alex faces the shadowy figure. The air crackles with tension as dark, swirling mists obscure the ground. With every step, Alex's fear mounts, but determination fuels his resolve to break the curse. The shadowy figure lunges, and Alex counters with newfound strength. Their battle is fierce, echoing through the dream realm. Hope flickers as Alex gains the upper hand, but the outcome remains uncertain. Will he escape or be trapped forever? Terrifying midnight encounter. Imagine waking up at 3 a.m. to find a shadowy figure at the foot of your bed. The air is thick with dread, and your heart pounds in your chest. You can barely breathe, every muscle frozen in fear. Tonight, we're diving into a nightmare horror story that will leave you sleepless. Prepare yourself for bone-chilling terror and spine-tingling twists. Every detail will grip you, pulling you deeper into a world where nightmares come alive. It all starts in a small, isolated town surrounded by dense, dark woods. The town's eerie silence is unsettling, the kind that makes every creak and rustle seem amplified. This is where Sarah's story begins, in a place forgotten by time. Meet Sarah, a young woman who just moved into an old, creepy house. The locals whisper about its haunted past, but Sarah brushes it off as superstition. Little does she know, her life is about to change forever. One night, she hears whispers coming from the basement. The soft, sinister murmurs chill her to the bone. She tries to ignore it, but the persistent noise gnaws at her curiosity and fear, keeping her awake night after night. Curiosity gets the better of Sarah as the whispers from the basement grow louder each night. She grabs a flashlight and cautiously descends the creaky wooden stairs, each step echoing in the damp, musty air around her. The basement is pitch black, save for the narrow beam of her flashlight. Cobwebs hang like eerie curtains, brushing against her arms. In the far corner, something catches her eye, a dusty, old diary lying forgotten. Sarah's trembling hands brush off the dust, revealing a leather-bound cover. She opens it, finding pages filled with spidery handwriting. As she reads, the diary recounts horrifying events that transpired in the house many years ago. The unsettling revelations make her heart race. Shadows seem to dance on the walls, playing tricks on her eyes. Soon, she starts seeing ghostly figures in mirrors, their hollow eyes staring back, sending chills down her spine. Haunted by these visions, Sarah's nights become sleepless. Unsettling noises echo through the halls, and eerie shadows flit across her room. Each night, she feels the presence of something malevolent growing stronger, leaving her in a state of constant terror. Desperate for answers, Sarah visits the local historian, an elderly man with a wealth of knowledge about the town's dark secrets. His cluttered study is filled with old books and eerie artifacts, adding to the unsettling atmosphere of their conversation. The historian shares a chilling legend about Sarah's house, explaining that it was once inhabited by a powerful witch. The witch, wronged by the townsfolk, cursed the house, ensuring that the spirits of the damned would never find peace. With the historian's guidance, Sarah uncovers a series of cryptic clues hidden in the diary. These clues point to an old, abandoned church on the outskirts of town, rumored to be the source of the house's malevolent energy. Determined to break the curse, Sarah ventures into the decrepit church. Inside, she encounters the malevolent spirit responsible for the house's horrors, its presence making the air thick with terror and dread. The confrontation is intense and terrifying. Sarah narrowly escapes the clutches of the vengeful spirit, her heart pounding with fear. She returns home, believing the worst is over, but dark forces have other plans. Barely managing to escape with her life from the sinister church, Sarah stumbles back home, her heart pounding with a mix of relief and residual fear. She convinces herself that the nightmare is finally over, seeking solace in her familiar surroundings. As night falls, Sarah's relief turns to dread when she senses a dark presence in her house. The entity has followed her back, more vengeful than ever. Shadows twist and contort around her, filling the air with a menacing chill. Feeling cornered and desperate, Sarah realizes she must confront the malevolent spirit in a final showdown. Armed with the knowledge from the diary and her unwavering resolve, she prepares for the terrifying battle that will determine her fate. In the climactic struggle, Sarah discovers the horrifying truth. To break the curse, she must make an unimaginable sacrifice. With tears streaming down her face, she performs the necessary ritual, her heart breaking as she bids farewell to her old life. As dawn breaks, an eerie calm envelops the house. The oppressive darkness lifts, and the restless spirits find peace at last. Forever changed by her harrowing ordeal, Sarah leaves the town, the haunting memories etched into her soul. Sarah leaves the town, forever changed by her harrowing ordeal, her once bright eyes now shadowed with the weight of her experience. The memories of the haunting linger, a constant reminder of the darkness she faced and the strength she discovered. As she drives away, the house stands eerily silent behind her, a monument to the battles fought within its walls. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more spine-tingling stories.